I'm Adrian Harland. I'm going on my second trip to Zambia this year. I went last year as a media student. That's part of a project with UCLan and Sports in Action. But this year the difference is I'm going as a team leader. So basically today I was teaching the students that are coming out with me this year some of the games that we learned last year, such as the Ati-Ati-Ya and the Dembio, for example. They're games that we learned and that I used quite a lot over there. And we also, such as you saw from the What Time Is It Mr. Wolf game, that's a game that we from UCLan bring out to them. So then we learn some games from them that we can teach our students for future years to go out. I think it's a crucial thing that we learn the games that we're going to take part in Zambia before we go to Zambia, just so when we get there, because you're already going to be swamped by the heat, the amount of children that are coming out to greet you, and just the overall atmosphere of the day. It's something you don't experience day to day, but I think it's important that we know the games beforehand, so when we go out there and everyone's just getting into it and getting into the games, we're not just stood around looking, trying to learn the games. We can actually take part and therefore build a better atmosphere and relationship with the students and the teachers before we even really get underway in any of the teachings themselves. It's just so we can fit in better and be a part of the community more. I think the games that we learn before we go out there aren't quite challenging. I'd say they're not challenging because you just pick them up as you go along, because they're all rhythm based, they're all dancing based and singing based. So it's just once you get into the rhythm of it, then you can just basically rinse it. You know it exactly. But I'd say the one challenging aspect of it is the language barrier, because obviously they're not going to speak in English to the children that they're teaching. They're going to speak in Bemba. So some of the language games we couldn't do today because I obviously can't speak it fluently enough. But I think it is important that we know the games, and they are quite simple. So it is challenging, but you know, you get used to it, and it's just something to take a think of. The games that I taught the students today, they are basically the main one that we go when we're out there. So when we go there on the first day to the schools, the kids will be massive circle with the teachers, and the teachers will just be reciting it. So again, it's so we can just fit into the rhythm of it. And basically, most schools you go to, when you want to get the children's attention, you just pull out one of these games, and then it'll stop them from running around, or if they're just not in the circle, or you're trying to get their attention to start off the games and sessions, then it's basically a good way to get them into the swing of things, because it's a common game and it's mainly used over there for that purpose. I think it's hard to say that all the games that we do in Zambia are going to be the same as in Africa as a whole, because obviously in Zambia there's 72 different spoken languages just on their own, because of how the tribes are integrated with the communities. So, and there are games that you can play with the children that aren't require rhythm or scene, such as Swan for Stick and the Sand, and you've got to just push the sand away, and the first one to make the stick fall loses, and it's a pebble game. And obviously they play football and basketball, so it's hard to say what other games people will play over there, or if they are similar, but I think most of the key community ones will use singing and dancing, because again it brings community together. From a personal side, I do enjoy playing the games, yeah, because it's a different take of an English like, I don't know, call it PE lesson, because over there we're teaching them sports, and then we're getting leadership games out, skills out of it. But I just think as a whole, the games are, I'd say, funner, because in England it's just like, oh, there's a basketball, there's a football, go and play. But whereas over there it's all about community and bringing people together. They just have fun with it, and they just don't care about who's watching. Like, they don't get embarrassed, they're not self-conscious. They just have a laugh, and it just seems a fun. They seem to have a better atmosphere in the lessons than what we would at school.